Good to see you all. Happy Tuesday night. We got a fun stream planned ahead, and I just want to welcome you all to my Splinterlands TV stream. So I hope the week is off to a phenomenal start for you guys. And yeah, it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Actually, it's a little quiet, is what I should say. But if you watched yesterday's town hall, there is so much, it seems, in the works, and I think we could probably talk quite a bit about that. So I'm going to try and run through the chat here and say hello to as many folks as possible. Walk the Grid, BESC Father, Air Force One, Stomping Emma, Air Force Ones. What's going on? King Koi, Bit 002. What's going on? T Gritty Farm, Kyle Yup, let's go. Kill Yup, King Arminius, Donut Lord. Man, we got a big crowd here tonight. Big Barger's in the house too. Big Barger, I just sent you some time crystals. So oh man, so we did a second group survey, right? Land survey. So people sent me plots. We racked up 100 of them, and I surveyed them over the weekend, and it was nuts. 2 keeps. We doubled the amount of legendaries. So instead of there only being one guaranteed legendary, we had 2 legendaries, one of which was a legendary occupied. And then we also doubled the amount of epics. So you're supposed to have 4 epics, and we had 8. So it was a great pull. I'm very excited about land. I'm just sad. I'm just sad it's not here yet, honestly, is what it is. Cray Mundra, yeah, crazy quiet. Yeah, I mean, today's maintenance, I think the only thing that's there is you can lock your titles. In fact, let's go see. I'm going to go and do that right now, because if you guys are not locking your assets, whether that's cards, whether that's land, or now titles, I think it's a very, very important to do. So if I go here, I can see my titles, I thought. All right, well, this will be a learning experience for all of us. Oh, here we go at the top. I totally missed it. So now I can lock, and let's just put it for 3 days. And boom. So now, what's the benefit of this? Well, if somebody hacks into your account, they cannot immediately send the title from your account somewhere else to one of their accounts, or they can't put it on the market and try to sell it for something cheap and then, send the DEC away. So it is locked. There's a nice little UI here that shows me it is locked, and I believe if I unlock it, it's going to change colors. So let's try unlocking it and see what that does. But if I'm not paying attention, and that this is going to happen all the time, yeah, see, it's like a little yellow now. I wish there was like a different symbol. Yeah, let's cancel the unlock. There we go. So, who else we got in the house today? Twisted Jester, Pablito Saldo, Jobby Saints, what's happening? Antonio, JG, Thunderstruck, Ahoy, Moises Y, what's going on? Bobby Phenom, Vanigor. So, what did you guys think? Let's chat about yesterday's town hall. I put out a video on my channel talking about my 5 biggest takeaways, and I'm not going to rehash that here, and I'm not going to go make you watch it. But Chibi Dinos was pretty cool to learn a little bit more about. Arcade Colony was something that I think was worth discussing. And then, of course, we got land, we got tower defense, we got GLG, all set for June as of this moment. And we got like 4 weeks or 3 weeks until June. I mean, look at this. We're already a week into May. So it's not that far away, guys. We're almost there. No, we're really 4 weeks away from the first maintenance window in June. Just because May is such a long month. Mayhem. Was it Monster Mayhem? Ooh, all right. Remind me on the 15s. Or yeah, not the 15s, but the 15-minute intervals. So 15, 30, and 45. We're going to make sure we do some giveaways. Vruz did nothing wrong. Wait, did anybody ever think that Vruz did something wrong? Yeah, maybe. Air Force One saying, if someone hacks your account, can't they just unlock the item themselves? Absolutely, but it won't be fully unlocked for 3 days. So if I recognize that somebody has been in my account, right? If you like come in and you're just like, wait, why are all my cards starting to be unlocked, or they're in the unlock process, or my land is in the unlock process, then you'll know that your account has been hacked. You can go through, take the proper steps to change your keys, to change your password, and try to secure your account before any damage or any further damage is there. So yeah, somebody can definitely come in and like try to sneak around. I really like peak monsters. So if you go to like the peak monsters thing here, and you can see here that if the cards are unlocked, there's a nice little symbol here, right? And I believe if it's in the unlocking process, then it'll show like an open lock. So, this little top part's going to be, flipped off to the side, versus if it's not locked at all, you don't see anything. So peak monsters is where I would go. And I actually used to do this a lot more, early on when the values of assets were significantly higher. But you can go here and see unlocked. So you can see everything that's locked. I thought there was a way to see everything that was in the unlock process. Maybe they moved that away, or maybe I'm just going crazy. I thought there was something there to see what was currently in the process of being unlocked. But if not, that'd be a nice thing for them to add, because then that's like a quick, 2 clicks. You go into Peak Monsters, you go to your cards, you check to see if anything's in the process of being unlocked. If you don't normally unlock a bunch of stuff, then if there's anything popping up there, immediately that something is off. Let's actually go over to Splinter Cards. I was looking at land earlier, but we'll get to the main page here. Virus is here. What's going on, Virus? Sniper VC, good to see you. Oh, I fell a little bit behind. So Vruz did nothing wrong says, I want to know why you think that the Soulbound cards are more inflationary and should not be used on land compared to the previous set of reward cards, which got printed into infinity by the bot farms. So the reason that the Soulbound reward cards are, in my opinion, infinitely inflationary is because there's no cap on them. There's technically no cap. And so what we know now, I mean, people are like openly saying this, is that everybody's just farming reward cards. I mean, I had alts that were inactive for months, and now it's like, okay, well, let me just throw a couple bones there. I'll throw an Archmage token or something, and I'll just start farming reward cards. And so the thing is, these cards will essentially, like, this is a monster that will be able to feed itself at some point, right? Because if it gets enough cards, if it gets enough summoners, it's just going to start using all the cards that it has and that it owns, which would all be Soulbound reward cards. So the idea of Soulbound reward cards is definitely cool, but if we're trying to remove the excess that we have, I would say let's start with the cards that are considered tradable NFTs at this point, which would include the old reward cards. And, the team is pointing to land, saying that that's going to eat up a lot of those reward cards. But it's not just reward cards we need to eat up. I mean, there's a lot of Chaos Legion cards out there too. Look at the prices now. I mean, nobody's buying, everybody's selling. And I know that's a little bit of a generalization, but more people are selling than more people are buying. Yet the prices are so good. This is what everybody's asking for. We all want to be able to level up our deck on the cheap. In fact, we can go here and see set value. And you can see here, I mean, this used to be between $4,000 to $5,000, right? For a maxed Chaos Legion set, closer to $5,000. When we went back in, I want to say, and actually, oh, you know what? Never mind. I don't even need to. So it was significantly lower early January. You can see this, the market was definitely down. Bitcoin was hitting its, hopefully, fingers crossed, cycle lows at that 16 or 15.5 around this time. And then, of course, we got the big run up, the big hype going into land phase 1. We started to get more information in February, and in March, we got the white paper for 1.5. So we started to get an idea of what was going to be needed. People started buying cards, whether that was reward cards or leveling up their deck. This is essentially what happened, right? But now we're on this massive slide once again, and we're not back at the lows, right? We actually dipped all the way under 3K here. So we're not quite down there, but we're definitely not as high up as, oh, we even got close to 6K. Oh, we did cross 6K at a certain point. So yes, we have a lot of cards to eat up first, and I really don't think that Soulbound reward cards should be included. I mean, if I could, I would extend it to Gladius cards too. I just think that let's focus on the cards that are out there that actually have a dollar value attached to them, and let's eat those things up off the market. King Arminius says, I think you should get an email alert when cards get unlocked. Then you can work to retake control of the compromised account. That would be brilliant, actually. If you could set up a notification, whether it's email or text or whatever. I mean, we all have an email sign up. So if you could get something anytime like a card was unlocked, in the same way that like a lot of these other sites will have like, hey, just notice this activity, just letting you know, the whole like, if this was you, you can ignore this message. If this wasn't, then you probably should know about it, or probably should do something about it. So that's how I feel about those cards, Soulbound cards. I mean, I think the cards are awesome, and I can't wait until we can unlock them. And I do wonder if we'll be able to unlock them sooner, sooner rather than later. What I mean by that is, if they're going to stay in print for, the Matt and Nate were saying like anywhere from like 1 to 2 years, I really think it's going to be around the 1 year mark, maybe a little bit more than the 1 year mark. I really don't think it would extend to 2 years, because once Rebellion is out, whether that's later this year or early next year, I would say that people will want to see, people will want to see Rebellion reward cards. So we'll start to cycle off that. But if there are, I don't want to say special exceptions, but certain types of exceptions made, like if you max out a copy of a card, you are allowed to unlock it for whatever they determine the fee to be, right? Again, that would favor more of the high level players, but in a way, it rewards the high level players instead of the low level bot farms, which I think is pretty good, right? But at the end of the day, like who's buying those cards? Well, it'd probably be mid-level players like myself, right? Playing in gold and diamond. I would want a maxed out copy. But the thing is, like, if you're going to work so hard to max out a copy, are you really going to sell the copy? I mean, actually, you probably could sell the copy thinking that maybe you can get a cheaper one, or maybe you've gotten, maybe you were so lucky and you've gotten like 22 BCX of a certain legendary card. But, you can see for me, I'm playing since the start of this. So what, 6.5 seasons or almost 7 seasons? I've been playing in gold and diamond, with recently making it up to champ, right? But I don't play in champ, and you can see here that like I'm nowhere close to this. Like my legendaries, which usually are the fastest for folks, is not even 10%, right? So I can't imagine what excuse me, I can't imagine what it looks like for like the low level accounts. But keep in mind, low level accounts, if these accounts are just going to farm bronze forever, which they could technically do, they don't need 400 BCX of a common. They're only going to need 14. So they might get there really fast, actually. And if I can show you where my deck is at overall. Oh, let's go to cards. And we're going to go to Old Soulbound. There we go. So you can see I've gotten not all of them, but most of them into gold, right? So, the common cards. So it's not maxed for gold. It's just level 6 is the first level for gold. But now is when it gets crazy, right? To go from level 6 to level 7, I need 50 BCX. And you can see here, I just go up to whatever the minimum I need. And then as soon as I hit the additional 50 BCX, which I don't have any, right? And this card's even at level 5. And then you look at the rares. I'm so annoyed by this. I'm going to keep complaining about it. I do not have, through 7 seasons, I do not have a single BCX of the Dragon Summoner, which is just mind-boggling to me. Because I have gold foil versions of some of the other ones, but no Dragon Summoner, 0 BCX, which is just so frustrating. But you can see here that these are either maxed for silver or, well, actually, no, I guess Franz Roughmane is not maxed for silver, but Eternal Brune is in gold. If we just look at the monsters, it's kind of all over the place. Some of them are in gold level, which is level 5. Epics is where it's going to take a long time, in my opinion. I need 46 BCX of these, and most of them are still just at level 1, as you can see. I do have a couple of gold, but that's, those still take a while. And legendaries, I don't even have a silver level legendary yet. So I don't even have all the legendaries. I don't have, I think there's another fire one that I'm missing, the dragon and the neutral one. I haven't gotten a single BCX of those. Nor do I have any gold, unfortunately. So it's still going to be a grind. But when you think about it, we're like 3 months into this. And if I can go back to where I'm at, it's kind of like, okay, if we run this for a year and I extrapolate out what I've been able to earn so far, I should be able to max out my commons in 1 year. I should be able to max out my my rares in a year. The epics and legendaries, though, I'm going to get to what? Maybe 50% if I'm lucky. Probably not, right? For my epics, in terms of the BCX needed. And then legendaries, I'm not even going to get to 40%, right? This is going to be 36% based on what I have right now. So in a way, it's going to be really interesting to see how many extra BCX the higher level players get and can then, sell to us, sell to us plebs on playing in gold and diamond. So T Gritty Farms been buying 2.75 fiends. Oh wow, did they really drop under $3? Fiends are clutch. All right, let me catch up on the chat here. Mondrot saying, just saw your video with Siler. Gotta watch it. Oh, just saw you have a video. Yeah, so I had a chance to chat with Siler, the dev behind Xbot. Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. I had Archmage on a while ago, or Max from Archmage on, and just trying to better understand, the people who are building in this ecosystem. One, who are they? Two, what are their goals? What are they trying to do? And three, like, how are they going to play with a lot of this anti-bot rhetoric and movement that we've seen? So Kyle Yup is saying Legendary has been going slow for you too. Dang. Is this Mrs. IRDR dude, bro? How much longer are these rewards out for? We don't know. That's the thing, right? There was no time limit and there was no print limit put for them. There was just a rough time frame given of anywhere between 1 to 2 years. As Ruse did nothing wrong says, yes, they could get discontinued tomorrow. I don't think that would be the case, but it is definitely possible. I mean, we even look at the last iteration of cards before we went soulbound, and those essentially just got turned off. There was no vote or anything about that, and there's not supposed to, or there doesn't need to be. It's not an SPS related thing. So when it comes down to it, yes, anything can happen. But I think the team has just probably too much on their plates right now to worry about setting up a whole new, lot of cards. It sounds as if, creative especially is working hard on getting all the land assets ready to go. So if that's the case, then, if that's the case, and then keep in mind, right, what other cards do we have coming down the pipeline? If there is that promo set that Aggie was talking about, the collaboration with the movie studio, that could be something that gets thrown on creative's plate. And I'm sure they'd have to do at least something, right? Maybe the movie studio is going to provide assistance, but I'm sure a lot of that would fall on creative. Then there's also Rebellion, and I feel like the team probably has had a good start on Rebellion, but it's not finalized, I'm sure. And then it's like, once Land Phase 1.5 is out, aren't we immediately going to like Land Phase 2? Or at least wasn't that like the general game plan? We would start focusing on Land Phase 2 to try to get that done by the end of the year. But it sounds as though, and again, this is going back to the town hall yesterday, once Land 1.5 is out, the team might just like take a breather from land and start focusing on some of the other areas that people have been asking for, right? So new game modes, cosmetics. So in a way, I look at it and I'm just like, okay, people have been asking for this. It's good that they're going to focus on that. Hopefully we can rock a lot of that in Q3, add those game modes, add those cosmetics, battle pass, arena runs, different game modes and such. So if that's the case, then I said this in my town hall takeaway video, but I was like, okay, if I'm looking at the rest of the year, and if I'm the team and I have limited resources, which resources are always going to be limited, my question that I was asking folks on the video, and I'll ask it here too, is, okay, so originally we thought that we were going to get Land 1.5 in Q2. It sounds like it's still on track to be there by the end of Q2. We thought we were going to get Rift Watchers in Q3. Rift Watchers is up in the air, right? We may get a promo set in Q3. So if Rift Watchers then gets pushed back, and now not only have we added a potential promo set, but also cosmetics, new game modes, all this stuff in Q3. My question for you is, what do you want to see in Q4, assuming that we're not going to get Land Phase 2 and not Rift Watcher, but Rebellion. We're not going to Land Phase 2 and Rebellion at the same time. So if one of those has to get pushed to not Q4, but 2024, what do you want to see delivered by Christmas time, and what do you want to see pushed into Q1 of 2024? Again, just assuming that they can't get everything done and they have to prioritize, because keep in mind, all the pressure from the community has already made this decision, right? So this is not a commentary on like, oh, the team is not going to put this together. This is the fact that like everyone's been yelling for new game modes, so that has been prioritized. Everyone's been yelling for skins and new game modes and arena runs, battle pass. So it seems as though that may get prioritized for Q3, which pushes back things that we thought we were going to get, right? Rebellion and Land Phase 2. So what do you want to see by the end of the year if you only can choose one? All right, let me catch up on the chat now. All right, Icy Flow. What's up, Icy Flow? Soulbound cards will be worth a lot compared to previous reward cards. There are so many different cards. The high mint rate will be spread out. I think so too. Not only that, the team can essentially set an artificial floor price, right? Even for a common card, if it requires the burn rate plus, let's just say, a voucher to unlock, which I really think that they should do. This would be a perfect use case for vouchers. It's like, if it requires a voucher, well, then all of a sudden the floor price, you won't see any of these common cards going on the market for a penny, right? Because nobody's going to unlock them for the cost of a voucher, which is currently 10 cents, and then sell it for a penny, right? So some people might look at that and say, well, that's like, artificial, market manipulation or whatever. But at the end of the day, I think it'd be good for the ecosystem for these cards to burn both DEC and potentially even vouchers. Mondroid says, no, from what Weirbeard told me, they are taking a break from Land after 1.5 to focus on other areas of the game. Yep. That's what it sounds like. I mean, on the town hall. It's just, remember, on the roadmaps we've been getting since the beginning of the year, Land Phase 2 has been on it initially for Q3 and then now for Q4. So if we're prioritizing, what is it that you want to see? And are you okay with seeing Land Phase 2 get pushed out? They haven't even got to the drawing board for Land 2.0 yet, is what Mondroid says. Yeah, that could be the case. Well, I feel like once Land Phase 1.5 is out, that should keep people satiated for a little bit. But it is going to feel a little idle clicker-ish, in my opinion. I mean, I love the whole resource management thing, but it's like 3 resources. So people are just going to min-max whatever their land is, and they're going to buy more or less. It's going to turn into what like ranked battles are right now, or ranked play is, where it's just like, okay, I'll get a little bit more. I'll reinvest that and buy another land plot, and I'll get more SPS, or I'll get more grain, or I'll get more research tokens. Now, what could be exciting though is the whole secret of Praetoria thing. If they offer value for mining the research tokens, right? And they do fun things where they give you benefits in game or airdrops or something that happens between, when land 1.5 is out and the end of the year, or even early next year if we don't get land phase 2, that could keep people engaged in land. But land is also just such a it's such a heavy investment in many ways to really get a lot of value out of it, right? Sure, you can buy the cheapest land plot, you can buy a bunch of reward cards, and you can probably set up a land plot for like less than $100. But would you rather spend that 100 on land where you can go in and click once or twice a day, collect your resources and do whatever, or would you rather spend that on cards and play the game actively, get involved in tournaments, right? So we'll see how that shakes out, what people prefer to do. Virus is saying hopefully it doesn't take as long to get to 2.0 as it did 1.0. yeah, let's hope so. Well, keep in mind, 1.0 is, or seems like it's being quickly followed up by 1.5. So, but yes, if it does, we wouldn't want it to take another 3 years and miss the whole Bitcoin halving. That'd be sad. But Joke is saying these set of rewards will continue after Rebellion. Again, it all depends. When is Rebellion coming out? But Joke, when do you think Rebellion's coming out? But I do agree. I do think that these will stay unless Rebellion gets pushed out to like end of 2024, which I don't think is going to be the case unless Aggie's got just movie studios lining up and he's going to do like 5 promo sets. I don't think that's going to be the case, but let's see. Rebellion Christmas bonus to buy more cards. There you go. What's up, JHU leader? Slifer, what's going on? Outwars. Why did everything get pushed back though? Are they understaffed? Well, they did make cuts at the end of last year. And so I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like they've been very efficient since the beginning of the year. It's just a matter of how big is the scope of all the projects that they want to do and all the projects that the community wants them to do. So King Arminius says, push Rebellion to next year would definitely be my preference. We need the card market to deflate first before they push another round of cards. We have nothing left, dear devs. Let us breathe. I'm actually kind of with you on that, King Arminius. So if I had to choose, I would definitely want land phase 2 first. As much as I want Rebellion because I want Untamed out of... as much as I want Rebellion out because I want Untamed rotated out of Modern, at the same time, like, I'll be honest, I'm botting my account, so I don't have to deal with like playing against Kitty and Yoden every single time. And the tournaments or brawls that I enter into are usually like chaos only focused, right? And I don't even have a max chaos deck. I don't have a max Riftwatcher set, but it just feels like I'm able to kind of tailor my experience with what I want. Whereas before, if you had asked me this like 6 months ago, I would have been like, we need Rebellion here like now, right? We want Rebellion because I don't want to see another Kitty. I don't want to see another Yoden or a Llama. Let's shift things around. But at the same time, like, to your point, I'm not ready to drop another $4,000 on cards, right? To max out or get like a silver level or gold level Rebellion deck. So if they push that out and they're able to add in other features, new game modes, land phase 2, I'm totally in support of that as well. Walk the Grid says it's a waste of time to do bot hunting. Fire saying forgot to remind you about the 50. Oh, thank you. Yes, let's go ahead and do 2 now since we're at the 30-minute mark here. Icy Flow says I want Modern to go back to wild format if the bot measures are enacted. What do you mean you want Modern to go back to wild format if the bot measures are enacted? If they try to push another set of cards on us and do nothing to fix the game, I'm pretty much done. Ooh, Mondroid given an ultimatum. Uh-oh. Let's refresh this page. The thing is, Mondroid, I wouldn't blame you, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would feel the same way. Okay, so let's do some giveaways. All right, so we got the promo mode on. All right, guys, if you have not chatted in a minute or two or however long, get in here. We got 78 people in the chat. I want to go for half. I want to be greedy. I want to go for more than half. Can we hit 40? Let's hit 40 eligible users. We're more than halfway there now. We'll do 2 giveaways right now, and then we'll save the last one for later on in the stream. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it. I'm like exhausted and I'm sore. And I'm literally gonna pass out after this stream. Sorry, TMI. Oh, 42. All right, we hit it. Should we give another minute or so in case we go for some extra credit? Can we hit 50? That'd be some fantastic engagement. That's a low bar. All right. Well, we hit 45. I'm not going to hold everybody to it. Here we go. 46. All right. We have a little extra for subscribers. So shout out to you guys for supporting Splinterlands TV. And we're at 47. We're at 48. I kind of want to see if, like, you know, everybody's like going once, going twice. Okay, let's do one, and then we'll see for the second one we get 50. Okay, I'm gonna pick the winner, and it is Air Force One. Congratulations. Let's see what you got. Come on, give me something good. Ooh, Silent Shavi. Great card. Great card. I hope it serves you well, and I hope you have 399 more of them. Actually, I'm curious to know, how are the Chaos common cards looking like on the market right now? Because the reward cards drop back down to a penny. Yeah, 5 cents. It's not too bad. It's great to see these under the 20-cent range too. I should probably focus on getting my Deep Lurker maxed out now. It's crazy to see Scable. Why is Scable Hireling so high? Yeah, that wheel was a little teasing. All right, let's go ahead and just pick number 2. I guess we're not going to get any more eligible users in. So let's just hit it. Good luck. 3, 2, 1. Plan RG. Congratulations. Let's see what you win. Oh man, I saw the Isa, I saw the Immortalis. Oh man, it was definitely teasing. All right, well, congrats on the Rift one. We got 2 common death cards. A card is a card, yes indeed. So what else can we look at here? I spent a lot of time on this Praetoria page just to see how we're doing overall. We're getting very, very close to 80%. But you know, the big question is, how many land plots are going to be lost in time forever? How many people bought a plot or 2 or 10 during the bull run and then completely left the game, or lost their keys, or lost their computer, or some people say maybe they passed away, right? It's been like 2 years. So I don't know. So Mondred says seems like 20% will be lost. Well, no, I mean, it's not 20% because 8%, 8.7% has been surveyed. So I don't know what these people are waiting for, because they're missing out on SPS. But you know, I wouldn't consider this lost because somebody took an action on that land to make it go from unclaimed to unsurveyed. So it's really just these 17,000 plots here that I'll be curious to see. Now, granted, I know some people are playing the game right now to try and get castles and keeps in the later regions, but you know, that can't be everybody. That can't be like all 17,000 plots. I do wonder if somebody's trying to play the game of like to have like the last unclaimed or one of the last few unclaimed if the price goes up for whatever reason. I don't know if that would happen, but it would be interesting. Scotty Fortune lost myself. Virus saying, didn't they say when they were announcing 1.0 that they did plan to do something with them after some amount of time? I don't think that there was ever anything officially mentioned, Virus, but I wouldn't be surprised if they came up with a creative way to solve the problem, because like from a lore perspective, at the very least, I'm sure it sucks to have like holes in the map. So, and you know, if 12%, or even if this drops down to like 10%, I mean, even if it's 5%, it's just like if 5% of the land is just dead because of like player incompetence or players leaving, I don't know, that would kind of suck. I mean, it would make all of our land more valuable, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know what the team would do. Mandra, so at max, it's like 12.3% lost. I would say at max right now, it's only 11.9%. Because this is the only, no action has been taken on these, right? We know that in the last month, some action has been taken on these 13,000 plots. So sure, could some people have like surveyed their land and then lost their keys or passed away? Absolutely. Hopefully that's not the case, but no. Mrs. Arda Dude Bro says, loving the card dip, and now I don't have to rent since prices are so low. Nice. Well, hey, you know, take advantage while you can. Kyle Yep saying, I think they would have to, if a track didn't have a keep, a region didn't have a castle, then they need something to come up with in the scenarios. Yeah, well, so yes, to your point, I do think this will and also has to be solved before 2.0 comes out. Because once, I mean, maybe even they need to have something in place for when 1.5 comes out, because I'm sure there's land right now, or regions or tracks right now with undiscovered castles or keeps, which again, you would think that somebody's going to jump on that opportunity, right? Buy a plot off the market and claim it, and try to roll the dice. Mandra saying, is it all going to be in the last region? Might want to avoid that one. Yeah, so you know what's funny is for the longest time, just because I was like, I don't know why, just for the meme of it, I was like, I really want to be in the last region, right? I'm like, I really want to go into Shimmering Coast. I want to be in 150. And then everyone started talking about like, oh, well, you know, what if there's like not enough people? What if, you know, we don't get down there, and, you know, some people lost their region tokens, whatever. This whole Shimmering Coast might be underpowered against the other territories, right? Central Fire, Wild Northeast, Land of Prosperity, Broken Lands. And so I was like, oh, yeah, you know what? I kind of don't want to be anywhere near Shimmering Coast anymore. So that combined with the fact that Walking Keys, Darkest Night, and I all decided for Walking Keys' birthday, we decided to claim our plots together. And so I ended up being in Land of Prosperity. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather than the meme or the vanity of being in 150, I'd rather be around people that I know, which actually is really important, because the more I think about it, it's just like, well, I want to be in an active tract. I want to be in an active region with other players that are either part of, like, you know, the community that I regularly associate with, like on my YouTube channel or on Discord or whatever the case is. But I just wanted to be around people that I know are active, that we can stay engaged together, have fun, maybe even help each other out. And so that was part of the reasoning there. So yeah, I have no desire now to, I mean, if I can grab a plot in 150, maybe at some point in the future, sure, why not? But yeah, I'm cool with it. All right. Where were we at? Ank 12C, what's going on? Cleofatrax, what's happening? Icy Flow says people aren't quitting the game, they are dying. Oh, I'm gonna use that now. It's gonna be like, dude, do you see all these like people selling off? No, they're not selling off. They're dying or they're dead. King Arminius, have you seen my Zerial post yet, bro? I have not. Check it out when you have some free time, but go take a look at the second image of Zerial's card art. I modified it a little. All right, I'll check it out here. I see a Batman meme. What did you put? Oh, that's cool. You combined the splinter or element things. I like it. All right, 8:40. Oh, we got 5 minutes until the next giveaway. Wow, that went fast. So Bootops is in Land of Prosperity as well. Sweet, that's where I'm at. Yeah, TWD Frodo. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it. It was honestly by random chance that we ended up in Area 51 because it was just like we set the day that we were going to do the group, not survey, but the group claim, and it was on Keys' birthday, right, or around his birthday, and so it's just like, as soon as I didn't even think about it beforehand, and then as soon as like we had claimed and everybody was in it, they're like, oh, Region 51, Area 51, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty sweet. Bootops, maybe I should save for a grain one since I'm in the desert. Yeah, I'm curious now, since we're talking about land and specifically land phase 2, which again, this might be way too far out down the road, but I'm curious to know what all of these different land types are going to offer in terms of resources. Because right now it's cool that we can get grain, we can get research tokens, we can get SPS, but the game is going to become infinitely more complicated and complex in a good way, hopefully, right? I think it'll be in a good way once we get all these different resources. So, Kraymondre, don't die on us, dude. I'm going to try my best. Just for you, Kraymondre. Virus saying we talked about Area 51 too much, and now the plots for sale have a premium. Yeah, you know what? Well, yeah, you're right. We keep talking about how many parties we're gonna have in Area 51, so now everybody wants to be a part of it. I'm curious though. Let's actually check this out. What is that premium worth? So if we go here, you can see plots are the lowest plot you can get is $50. But if we go to Area 51. What? Cheapest one you can get for a common is $200? Dude, that's not even fair. What? It's charging a 4x for a common mountain? Yikes. You know what's fun though? I mean, think about it this way, right? Like, you think about NFT projects, right? All those like PFP projects that they get really high floor value because of the fact that they are, they're highly desired. They're giving some kind of benefit. I know people mostly like hate on them, but it's just like, even if it's just a flex, if there's only 10,000 and 20,000 people want them, the floor prices on those will go up, right? I'm thinking of CryptoPunks and all those. So in a way, Virus, we should definitely keep talking up Area 51. I mean, if you want to collect more land, then it's going to be tough. But if you want our collective floor price for Area 51 land to go up, then we just got to keep doing cool things. It's just the problem is I don't have enough plots. I don't have one that I'm willing to. Actually, I do have one that I'd be willing to sell. Since I got a third one now, and it's a jungle instead of a forest, I can't specialize in being a forest person. All right, let me see here. Mandra says I'm in 080 with Immortal Gods. Oh, that's probably good company to be with. Boba Fett saying, "Do you really think it's possible that Shimmering Coast will never fill?" Boba Fett, if the team does nothing, I think there is a 100% chance that not all land is going to make it. So yes, There's just too much like human incompetence, random chance, and unfortunately death that could have happened in the last 18 months that, you know, people, you know, there's gonna be some random plot, even if it's just one plot. It's not gonna be there, right? So I think it's gonna be more than that. Ruse did nothing wrong is in Gankland. Let's go. Jobby saying seems Area 51 is a good region. Yeah, I mean we're trying. I don't know. I mean, I actually want to know who all of the other keep owners are. I don't know. I feel like it'd be good to do like a Knights of the Round Table, Keeps of the Round Table type of thing. See how we can work together to make our region the best. But you know, I say that in jest, but at the same time, it's just like if there will be inter-regional competition, this is what I'm talking about, where I know a lot of the people who are in my region, like Virus is in my region, for example. And it's like, yes, let's kick everybody else's butt and be like the best land, whatever, you know? And part of that will be the game itself, but part of that will also be like the meta, right? Or sorry, you know, or meta or on top of whatever, where it's just like, yes, look at the premium now because people want to be where Area 51 is. So, you know, we'll all just like put on alien masks and stuff and have parties. Bored Ape, yep, that's another one. Supply and demand. Wow, this is some mob stuff. Quantity and complaints. What are you talking about, Scotty Fortune? Credit 64. So good to see you. Scotty Fortune, limitations. All right, people are setting their Hive usernames. All right, well, we have the last giveaway for this evening. And then let me go ahead and refresh this page. I think I'm going to have to anyway. Oh, there we go. So we'll refresh. And I will give you the green light once it is back up and running. All right. So if you have not commented, go ahead, throw something in. We have 74 people in the chat. I'm still going to be greedy. I want more than half. So we got to get above 40 again, just to make sure everybody's staying active and engaged. Liberty Guy, what's going on? Getting in late for the stream. I hope everyone's doing well. It's good to see you here, fellow guildmate. Area 51 keeps. Oh, I don't know any of those other usernames. But thank you, Kyle Yup. All right, we just hit 40. So let's not keep everybody waiting. Unless we want to get extra credit. I'm guessing 45 to 50. Oh, are we gonna push it today? Should we make everybody earn it? Make the chat earn it? Come on, call your friends up. Let's see if we can get 45 then. I mean, I don't have to push the button. Rondon's not standing behind me saying you have to push the button. So come on, I'm gonna put it on you guys. Yoden, is there a Yoden in there? Oh man. No pushing, please, says Craig Montre, to the limit. Well, we hit 44. I'd like to see 45. I'll be happy with 45. I mean, 50 would have been phenomenal. But I'm also not in a aggressive mood. We did it 46. We did hit 46. 47. Come on, guys. Come on. Log in with your Twitch alt accounts. Let's go. I know you all have them. 48. Come on. We're at 78 people in the chat now. We can hit 50. 2 more Area 51 keeps owned by Conpike, but unsurveyed so far. I wonder why. Hey, we hit 50. All right. I'm not going to keep you guys waiting for more than that. 50 is actually phenomenal. So thank you all for being here and for being engaged with the Splinterlands TV streamers. King Arminius, do you ever move into champ? In modern, I'm able to make it to champ. I never play any games in champ because usually I get knocked right back down. And I like to finish in champ so that I start in diamond 2. So usually that's as far as I'll go. All right. Good luck to all. We actually got up to 52, but I'm going to go ahead and pick the winner right now, which is Burning Elk. Let's go. Congratulations, Burning Elk. It is so good to see you get a win here. All right, now we're gonna pick it and see what you got. Let's hope we don't get a little tease. Ooh, Lobstradamus. Untamed set epic card. You know, these cards, I feel like this card used to be worth so much, and now it's like, meh. I mean, sorry, I'm not trying to poo-poo your win. Burning Elk. It's just interesting to see where the value of these cards are at now. I remember I wanted to buy an Axemaster for like $15. But I do like Lobstradamus. It's a solid non melee tank. Just really slow, but you know, perfect for reverse speed rule sets. Congrats on the great card. Back in the day, Lobster went for $20 to $25. Wow. You know, hopefully we'll get back up there someday. But you know, if I can be a little bearish with you guys, something like Lobster, will it ever get back up to $20 again? Because here's how I view it. It's just like, we know Rebellion's coming out eventually, right? Even if it doesn't come out this year, even if it doesn't come out next year, it's coming at some point. And when it does, all of the Untamed cards are going to get moved to Wild. So unlike the crazy hype and run up of 2021, where people just needed cards and we were printing DEC like the US government prints dollars, right? So at that time you could make a ton and it was worthwhile, at least while it lasted. So I don't know. We're in a weird place here because Untamed is going to go out of print. Sorry, it's out of print already, but it's going to go out of modern format. So new players coming in wouldn't necessarily look to it. And then when you look at like Chaos Legion cards, we're like drowning in them. We have so many of them. So we'd have to get a massive amount of new players rushing into the game in order to soak up all of these cards off the market. So in a way, I mean, yes, I would love for Lobstradamus to be $20, $25 again. But like, I'll tell you right now, I'm not planning on buying any Lobstradamuses, even if they're at $3.45 or whatever they are right now. Mainly because I want to play in Modern when it's just Chaos Legion and Rebellion. King Armenia says, I think it'll get back up to those higher prices. Crypto bull run just flood money into the whole system. It'll be SPL's next wave. I hope so. But if we're talking about a crypto bull run, I really don't think we get anything until 2025. Maybe late 2024. Again, it usually follows in 12 to 15, or sorry, anywhere from like 12 to 18 months after the Bitcoin halving, which is about a year from now. I think it's gonna be April or May next year. So if we get that ensuing bull run in that time, late 2024, early 2025, that's when I can see it happening. I like to call that dumb money, right? So when dumb money comes in and people are just throwing money at projects thinking that they can get rich, the only thing that we need to really figure out is, will the global or macro economy be in a better place in 12 to 18 months from now, that it would support and sustain a crypto bull run? Or can Bitcoin decouple and drive the crypto ecosystem on its own? Who knows? King Armin is saying, when the Fed pivot hits, we hit another bull run around about halving time. Do you think they're going to pivot before the end of the year? I mean, I'm already hearing rumors. Again, it's all speculation, but sounds like this last rate hike might be the last one, and then they pause for a bit, and then potentially start reducing later this year. Mondred says untamed cards still have a pretty small supply, so even though demand is in the gutter right now, it wouldn't take much to pump untamed prices versus CL. That's a good point, Mondred. But again, I still feel like my perspective is going to be most players, new players' perspective when they come in. Like, so I wasn't going out and buying untamed cards at the time. Even though, I did go and buy like 1 or 2 untamed cards, right? But you know what cards I wasn't buying? Beta. I didn't want to touch beta because I knew that modern format was coming at some point. And this was me, new player, in August, September of 2021. So hopefully you hopefully you have people come in and just, for the scarcity element of it, want the card. Scotty Fortune, what's saying worst third? So I see Flo saying exactly why modern should go back to wild. Older cards get devalued, and one day we will all have older cards. So you're talking about the Pro Human League should not be in modern; it should be in wild. Is what I think you're saying. I mean, here's the thing. So when it comes to this whole like anti-bot proposal, which I really am trying to stay away from in terms of calling it anti-bot, because it's really just trying to create a pro-human space. I like the original version of the proposal that creates a whole separate league for human-only players. The thing is, it sounds like Matt requested or suggested to change the proposal so that they could test to see if it's even possible. So I actually view whatever measures they're going to implement within modern format as just a test, as just something temporary. I really don't think it's going to be a long-standing thing. We're going to do it for a season, 2 seasons, maybe 2 months, who knows? And we'll all see how effective the results are. We'll all see how the experience is. And then I think it'll, hopefully community at that point will be able to come together and decide on what do we not, if it's effective, right? If it's not effective, then we go back. If it is effective, what do we want the game to look like so that we can go back to a decentralized modern, decentralized wild, and then maybe have an additional, pro-human game mode only. Donor says nothing match is happening to invite new players, just for whales it up. Only nifty players, only nifty makes rank battle going on. Agreed. Lobsterdamus as a main dish. When cheap money, bull run coincide with stimulus money. Yeah, that's true. I don't know when we're gonna get cheap money. I mean, they printed a lot for the bank stuff already, or the bank stimulus or bank bailouts. So if that continues, we might get a lot more into the ecosystem, but that doesn't go to people. That'll just go to bailing out the banks. Well, sorry, it will go to people, but it'll just be essentially paying people the money that their banks lost, which is really sad. So Scotty Fortune or King Arminian is saying the big banks right on the central banks are just getting rid of the little fish and consolidating. Yep. T Gritty Farms, is Xbot Helper a bot? No, it is not. It is considered a battle helper. So it is different than the actual bot that runs. T Gritty saying, what if you change one card? Is it still a bot? I don't know what you mean, but if you're talking about the battle helper, I haven't used it yet, but I've seen how it is used. And from my understanding, it is just a suggestion, right? It gives you a couple of different options that you can use based on the rule set, based on your card collection. So you can do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to it. You can change things around if you think, you have a better idea. But everybody that I've seen use it says it's improved their win rate dramatically. So, all right, guys. Well, I am about to get kicked off here, but I want to say you guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me. We got all of the giveaways done. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I will actually be traveling next week, so I will see if I can stream, but there's a good chance that the time zones will be all messed up. But I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And if I don't see you next week, I hope you have an awesome next week too. I'll catch up with y'all soon. And stick around for Nardion. Nardion should be on next. And shout out to No Empathy. Sorry, should have said